Hi everyone, welcome to Module 4 of the Living Well with Cancer-Related Fatigue video series. In this video, you're going to hear about how both Ed and Sandy are using physical activity to help manage their fatigue. You're also going to hear from Jeff, who is a physical activity and cancer researcher with Athabasca University in Alberta. He's going to share with you some tips and tools about how to be active so that you can build your energy levels and counteract cancer-related fatigue.
I never exercised in my whole life until I had cancer. And then I remember very clearly that one instructor, I said, if you can convince me that exercising is good for me, then I will do it. And she said, you do it and then you tell me if it won't work. And it worked. Exercising works. Well, in the morning I will go into the fitness room and I can go 20 minutes on the treadmill and 20 minutes on the bicycle and about 15 minutes on the weight machine. And then I come up and I do the stretches of my upper body with a rubber band. When I don't exercise, I will very often find my muscles, even in my neck and my shoulders, will tighten up. And then I go back to my stretching and I feel good again. Start small and do the 5 minutes, day after day after day. And slowly, very slowly increase. Our body needs exercise to heal. And it is part of my life now.
I'm a morning person. I like getting up and getting out the door. I feel like I've got more structure in my day if I'm having a good day, so I just kind of like to get it started there. What I try to do every day is get to my pool and track, and I usually do a 45-minute exercise or stretching or something in the pool. And depending on how my day is going and how I'm feeling, I don't walk. I walk for 10 minutes, or sometimes I can walk up to 40 minutes just on the track. And that's probably the exercise component that I try to keep, daily. When I don't get to the track to exercise, I would say previously I'd kind of get disappointed. And now I just kind of let myself off the hook. But physically, I do feel definitely less energy. I think I need my body to start to be a lot more flexible with whatever limitations the cancer diagnosis may have put on me. So I try to push it a little bit all the time, if I can. Before my cancer diagnosis, exercise was not a real critical thing. I felt like I got enough of a workout at work and things like that, and that wasn't true exercise. And so that's been a huge change for me to commit to, every day trying to find some kind of exercise activity that I'm going to do for my health.
My name is Jeff Valance. I'm an associate professor with Athabasca University. I'm an exercise specialist in the area of exercise and cancer. People who are active both during and after their cancer treatments are more likely to live longer than people who are inactive, and they're less likely to have a chance of a recurrence coming back. One of the biggest myths about exercise and cancer was that exercise would make you feel more fatigued. But our data, probably going back to the last 20 years now, has consistently shown that people who are active report fewer symptoms of fatigue, and those symptoms of fatigue are less severe or debilitating. The recommendations for cancer survivors is to be active at least a moderate intensity, so meaning that you're sweating just a little bit, your heart rate's getting up there a little bit, but you need to be working at that intensity for at least 150 minutes a week. If you're experiencing fatigue, there's a few different strategies that you can do if you don't feel quite competent or capable of achieving, say, 30 minutes or 40 minutes of exercise in one single session. Probably the most common or easiest way to do that would be to try being active at least a moderate intensity for smaller chunks of the time. So say 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then of course taking your breaks in between throughout the day. And we know from the research evidence that being active with somebody, with a significant other, so whether it be a friend or a husband or a spouse or a wife or a daughter or grandkids, we know that those people are more likely to continue to be active. Survivors who use a fitness tracking device, such as a step pedometer or one of the various devices that you can buy that you wear around your wrist or as a watch. Those devices are very powerful at helping people track what activity they do, and they also serve as a very good motivator. The thing with activity is it's limitless in terms of the opportunities and the options that you have. Walking, putting one foot in front of the other, is the easiest and the safest and the cheapest form of being active. But there are different types of activities that we can do. So, for example, walking or jogging or riding a bike works our heart. We haven't really talked about working our muscles. Most people would refer to that as weight training or strength training. You know, we see it in the general population. People want to start on an activity program and they do too much too soon. And the same can be said for cancer survivors. And the caution there is to ease into it slowly, because the last thing that you want to have happen is that you get something like shin splints or your feet start to hurt. The most important thing is recognizing your schedule and what time of the day works best for you to be active. But ultimately, you still need to have the motivation to take advantage of that time of the day, or whatever time of the day works for you, to get out there and be active. Start small and stick to it for about a month. And then see what it feels like when you don't do what it is that you were doing. And you'll feel like you'll feel like you're a different person.
I really appreciate how both Ed and Sandy's stories show us that it's never too late to start being physically active. Ed works out in the gym and stretches, and Sandy walks on a daily basis as well as swims a few times a week. I love how they both have made physical activity part of their life now, despite being diagnosed with cancer. Jeff also provided some great tips and tools to be active, like starting small, breaking up activity into smaller segments, stretching, or using a fitness tracking device or a friend to help motivate you to be active. The most important thing is to start small and keep at it, and eventually you will start to see improvement in your fatigue levels. Well, that's all for this module, so when you are ready, watch Module 5 about eating well. I'll see you soon.